So we finished on Gloriosa yesterday. That was the last map we had a look at. So we are going to continue with Golden. By the way, I think the... Oh, they changed it. Okay, so previously, yesterday, this said old version. But they changed the title to say mapcore version, but the devs of the map confirmed that it was the correct map when we looked at it yesterday, so cool. Yeah, it's been interesting so far. We've seen a lot of verticality. A lot of verticality in many of the maps. We've seen some complicated layouts, which I wanted to have a second look at today. I'll do it once I finish the look at these maps. I'll go through them all again and decide what I think about them all. Right, Golden by Vachinsky. A 5v5 bomb defusal map inspired by historic gold and coal mining islands. I like the idea of this already. The map is set on a small remote island somewhere in the Pacific Ocean where life revolves around a gold mine facility and a miner's village founded in the 18th century when it was discovered by sailors. The island was inspired by real-world gold and coal mining locations on islands such as Takashima, Ikishima, Sado, and the famous Hashima Islands, and there are links as well, which I'm not going to click. So February this year, they updated Art and Light Pass, next steps performance, optimization, visibility, and overall polish. Rightio. Let's have a look then. So the mini map, from what I can see of it, looks easy enough to read, which is good. Love the soundscaping. Not every map had got to soundscaping, but this is great. I love the radio, little tune. This is nice. It's a good setting for a T-spawn. I went to, I mean, not really relevant to coal mining, but there is fish and such. Yeah. I went to Tsukiji Fish Market when I was in Tokyo at, I don't know, 4 o'clock in the morning or something. You've got to get there stupid early to make sure you're not in the way. Also, the night's catch is sold quite early for the restaurants. By the way, when it comes to teapots, not teapots, but teacups, let me just show you that nobody will ever defeat me. Nobody will ever defeat me. Nobody will ever defeat me. You get me? Anyway, let's get back to the scheduled program. What is happening? Damn right, Rebsy. Okay, let's focus. Okay, already great detail we're seeing over here. I love that. The sound you get from shooting fish. Cool. So the level of detail is nice. So immediately when I drop into some of these maps, I feel like some of them are like CSGO era graphically. This one feels more CS2 era, which is good. Good start. I will not drop my T's. Okay, so we're heading towards the A-bomb site. The layout looks simple enough. Okay, so I can see where the optimization is. So I'm jumping around about 120 FPS. That's fine. Check in. I love the detail. I love the color of this area. It's, you know, a simple work color. Actually, my AR-15 is this color. You can hit the hanging signs and they swing, which is class. What, like these? Ah, good, good, good. I like things like this. Tatami mats. No, I mean, the fact, like, the gap, I mean, I'm just observing the tatami mats. Anyway, Workman area, cool. Ah, see, this is nice. It's almost like a reception area to this, if you will. And I love how it's indicated as well. And this is, I guess, saying stop, put your helmets and goggles on. That's cool. So this is quite nice. I like this kind of lead up into a different area. This is really good. And I think as a general reference, I mean, depending on the theme of map you're doing, you know, it will vary. But I think for this theme, like, you know, you play the map a few times, because I'm thinking, one of the things I'm thinking is like, how accessible is it for someone who hasn't played it before? But you play what one round of this and you can see, okay, I'm coming to the A-bomb site now. So that's really cool. You have the same knife, but is yours 97, 98% fade like this one? I'm actually a bit disappointed in that. I think this looks better in CSGO than it does in CS2. But anyway. So, ooh, how about that for a sight line? Look at that. That is all the way down here. Cool. Yeah, optimization definitely needed. Which I guess we can consider polish. The detail is really good though. Right. So again, the scale. This reminds me of the map where the map that was in, I think it was in a car manufacturing place. It was either car manufacturing, it was car related, either manufacturing or sales. But it had a really good vertical scale to it, and I think this is a similar thing. Ruby, Engage. I think it was Engage. Yeah, it had like a nice scale, like, you know, you're looking over there, here. I presume this is not part of it up here, but I mean, the fact that the detail is nice, it makes you feel like you're, you know, it's grandiose. I like that a lot. I think this is quite far, which so I've got, looking here, I've got 105 FPS. You know, my PC was built by Intel 5 years ago, but I shouldn't have that much. And I don't know how optimization works, but I wonder if the depth and detail and stuff is somewhat related to that. But again, that's a performance thing I can look at later. Easy enough to deal with. So this is quite cool. This is like feels like a nice firefight area. You've got some open windows here as well as here for grenades and so on. This, I would be super interested to fight around this, although the clearing positions would be interesting. But again, there's plenty of space for utility, but sometimes it's not always about utility. It's also about how you would clear areas. Check in. Check in our start point. That's the A-bomb site. Okay, so we've got some thumbs up for this one. Yeah, that A-bomb site looks like, I feel like I would have a lot of fun fighting on that bomb site / figuring out how to fight on that bomb site. What do you see? Back at our start. For those of you who just joined us, my man Ipaku has been subscribed to this channel for 83 months. Yeah, the detail and the art. Look at this. Look at this. I can't remember like a sunset gaze like this. That's actually really nice. That's such a nice detail. Well done. Bravo to that. So again, So yeah, we've got like I feel like in these contests, and probably a lot because of these contests, we have like an S tier graphical and detail level, which we've seen it in a few maps so far, like Flick and so on, which is great, and they'll definitely stand out. And you know, if they're not too risky with their layouts and so on, then they're often going to be lock-ins, and those are great. However, they must not overshadow, like in my eyes, they must not overshadow other maps that have a really good layout and are either a work in progress or could be taken to the next level with a collaboration from, you know, an aesthetic person or whatever. But I love that we're seeing these collabs and people are doing great stuff. I like the minimal use of strong colors is pretty cool. That's just so sick. It's just so sick. Like, this level of detail is not necessary, but it's awesome. Anyway, let's look at the bomb sites. What the hell happened to this? What just happened? The plant pot just annihilated itself. Okay, whatever. Yeah, level of detail is great. I mean, it's utterly beautiful. It's a bit outrageous how beautiful it is. But anyway, I'm done with the graphics now. So, beautiful bomb site, he says after saying done with the graphics. But when I say that, I mean, like, what we were looking at yesterday was what are people detonating on the sites. You know, we're looking at all the details, and this is a symbol. It's an ideal, if you will. Good thing to blow up if you're so inclined. So bomb site, simple enough.
What do you see? Back at our attack.
Right, is this a ring around the rosy shenanigans type thing? If you planted the bomb here, okay. I'm just thinking. I feel like this might be a little... Okay. So, whenever there's an area like this where you can go in a small circle, my question is, post-plant, if somebody plants the bomb and you're peeking and looking away, if they come towards you to try and frag, can you just troll them by just running around in a big circle? I feel like because you have to come all the way to here, I'm thinking maybe this is a bit less bad than some of the ones I've seen on different maps. If you went this way, you could make things really awkward. But if you headed that way, then they'd have to go, say, all the way back here to touch the bomb. There's a 50-50 there. There's a risk for both. So I don't mind that. So one thing to consider is, do you want to raise this a little? Because it is possible to... I'm holding forward and left right now, so it is possible to get a little stuck. Like this, which is just a pain point that a player doesn't need. Sometimes yes, sometimes no, as we can see. So I would adjust that. Well, I mean, you could adjust the height or just limit how high someone can go so they don't get stuck up here like this, because that doesn't really serve a positive purpose, I would say.
What do you see? Back at our attack.
Just looking at the approaches to the B bomb sites. Yeah, desperately needs optimization.
Checking our start point.
There's ambient noise, but it's not intrusive. Yeah, I think this is an easy candidate for inclusion. Definitely, I mean, it's a bloody good start to the stream, isn't it?
You just killed one of your mates. Counter-terrorists win. Move it, son.
Right, a bit more tea first. Yeah, bit bitter. Yep, level of detail is wonderful. Okay, so this is the mid. The CTs get here first all day. They can take some very aggro positions here as well. And hop down here to go towards the A-bomb site. Interestingly, every set of doors that we've seen so far can be exploded. None of them are like... none of them withstand the force of a grenade, which isn't a good thing or a bad thing. What is going on here? Mini-map. Okay. My elevation didn't change. Right, so T side, heading towards A. So a really tight choke point here, which I like. I like this because, you know, they're almost on top of the bomb sites, but look at the look at what they have to go through to get there. I like this design choice because, again, like I often say, as opposed to myself, if you look at CS:GO Train, I feel like if you look at when Train was made, I don't think a map like that gets made in this era of gaming, where, you know, people like don't play Quake, for example.
Flashbang out.
Everything just gets kind of dumbed down and made more accessible. So I like this. I mean, you can do something like this.
Deploying smoke.
Speed that up. This is the first map of today's broadcast. We did about 16-ish maps yesterday. What happens if I put a smoke down here? Okay. So if you were... there's a window. So you need teamwork if you're going to make things happen. I guess this is kind of like someone standing at Palace on Mirage. One second. I just want to check something on my laptop here. Okay. 1 second. Oh, it's the bears. It's me failing to remove caps. Okay. So I suppose this is basically Palace on Mirage. This is to me, this is clearly the idea here. It's Palace on Mirage. So you're going to have somebody lurking. If they're out, they're out. Drop and they're on the bomb site. Same as Palace on Mirage. So this is a lurker position, i.e. bait the team, wait till they're dead, and then start moving. Meanwhile, main attack towards A. Okay. I like this layout. There's some fighting to be had here. How do you secure this? Like if you smoke this off, you're giving info on this side. But you could play off of that information on the other side of the map. Let's see if I just do a random smoke. Yeah, that is random indeed. Okay. So if you made it up here, the quickest way to be this way. It's gonna be another 4-hour stream, isn't it? Oh wait, the downstairs is here somewhere. Okay, so you could go here and then here, but then are we... Oh, this is the other side. Okay. Yeah. So someone's gonna stand here. Someone's gonna stand here, right? And the team are either gonna die, they're gonna walk out and die, or the team are gonna go B and take B, and they're gonna be like, cool, I'm flanking. They're gonna shift walk all the way and do like nothing in the round. Basically, that's how I see it. That's from my experience of playing Mirage and people doing that. Oh dear, I've poured tea on my desk. Who would have seen that coming? Sugar. I poured tea on my asthma pump, man. God damn it. BRB. Oh shit. Timing for teas for this palace is very quick. Cool. If you've got an org though, I think that you should absolutely melt people who are trying to play that position. Oh, is that Steve? Is my Steve here? Hello? This is Steve. He's he wants attention but doesn't want to be held too much, but he's got to say hello to the camera. Man like Steve. Yoo-hoo. That's Steve. All right. No more distractions. Big up to Steve Massive. Big up yourself, yeah? Yeah, Steve doesn't like being picked up too much. He doesn't mind sitting on my shoulder for... Well, it depends if we're going exploring, but... Generally speaking, he wants to lie on the rug and be stroked. Right. So where are you playing if you have an orc here? So, I mean, you could just ruin people from here. Avoid the flashes. So I like that this is actually a difficult position. I mean, even if you smoked off this position, you'd have to smoke it like here, so it completely compromises someone standing in that position. But then again, they could just move forward and hold this. So this looks quite difficult to deal with, and for teased, and I like that. I like that. I don't want balance. Okay, so if you're defending the B-bomb site, again, you can have funky two-man setups. If you're the CTs and you want to make a play, how are you going to do that? I mean, this position on A is so oppressive that you could make a play that way. I suppose this is, in some ways, this is almost said this is a mid, but I guess above would be. This is not really a mid, but it is a very interesting way into the A bomb site. So this is an important area to defend. So if you do have a CT lurking here, he can drop a grenade to his teammate. Like that. This area is pretty compact as well. So, like, it is possible for the CTs to flush out this area quite easily, as we can see. So there's something to fight for there, which is good. Right, we've got to wrap it up on this soon. It's 10 minutes already. There's something to fight for around there, which is good. So this is the choke point for the Ts. So the CTs can make an aggressive... I think this map looks quite fun to play. I'm not quite sure how this area is solved. Like, if the CTs choose to push with like a 2-man setup or something and just take a fight here. I wonder how the Ts deal with or respond to that. Like, if there are 2 people pushing you here, then if your teammates are in the right position, are you going to make a play towards A, for example? Like, you might hear here people making that play. Yeah, you can. You're probably going to give the sound cues here and not go shift walking that way. But then you've got plays towards B or... Yeah, so the CT is going to have to run and drop. Yeah, this is really interesting. This area reminds me a bit of Turbine, which I like. Just a little bit. Yeah, that's quite interesting. I would spend some time playing this in casual. I think it'd be really interesting to see how it plays out. Like, it's hard to say, you know, for a non-traditional layout, if it would be viable competitively or not, but I'd be interesting to see how matches would play on that one in particular. That'd be quite curious. But I think maybe with the way mid is, there might be a perception that that it's too gambly with the critical areas of the map. I think maybe I've played this before. The tentacles look familiar. Only time you'll ever hear me say that. If I have, it's not with this detail though. So maybe I haven't. But again, this already looks like a map that has been finished to a very good degree. Oh, we didn't read the thread for it. So this is Grail. Speaking of Grails, this is I'm wearing my Grail. My second Grail. My first I bought and sold. Okay, Lizard says, oh, we have Lizard in the chat, don't we? Where would you have played it? Well, I test mapcore maps when I've got time, but I have done less so recently because the last one I joined, Via told me that it was one of the maps in the contest, so I couldn't give feedback. So after that, I thought, all right, I'll just dodge for now, because I don't want to play a map and not give feedback and then stop someone else who could maybe give feedback. Anyway, Lizard says on the thread, me and Radu teamed up for this map contest. We're going to be working on diffusal map set in a fantasy mini golf park. Here is a small reference board for the project so you can get the idea for the theme. And then there's like a bunch of inspo pictures. So that's cool. I don't think I played this. I don't think I played any mini golf theme maps. So we had a golf related map yesterday, and this will be the second one. I like the colors of the mini map. Those are quite pretty. This reminds me a bit of Disneyland Paris. Gives me those vibes. So it's very tidy. It's very clear. Visually, it's uncluttered. I think that some of the... There was one map in particular, which for me, I think would have a better purpose, would be better repurposed as an arms race map, because it reminded me of Luna, and it was just very visually busy. Whereas this is quite tidy and lacking clutter, which is great. If you think about when Inferno, the new Inferno was released, that was a very busy map with a lot of clutter. It was kind of, it felt like in part it was designed by someone who is used to designing maps for like single player campaigns versus a competitive 5v5, because you've got to think differently. But yeah, this so far in the little I've seen of it lacks clutter and is very easy for like it's not confusing so far as to where my eye wants to look, which is great. Good FPS as well. Consistent frame rates, nice.
What is happening? Clear.
What was that? DuckTales.
I am planting the bomb.
Family friendly map. This is cool.
All clear.
There's a shotgun competition I do in Wales that has a portcullis like this, and there's a slit on both sides, and one of them you've got to shoot a popper. When it falls, it lifts up the portcullis, and you've got to go through it, and then you've got like 24 targets to shoot. Anyway. I like this. This is fun.
What do you see? Clear.
Wow. Oh, okay. I haven't played this one before, but bloody hell. Yeah, it's again, it's like a good implementation of the brightness of CS2 as well. This is super fun. I think this would be... Okay, so visually, I think this would be a really fun thing to have in casual map modes. So we're kind of... The Squid Fryer. So we're kind of doing a visual run. What happened there? Then we'll look at... Yeah, this is great. I love the distance as well. Again, all these things, like the immersion is high. Soundscape's good. The water soundscape is loud. Well, I think the level's reasonable. It's louder than some, but I don't think it's too loud. Let's see. So that drop off, considering the bomb sites here, okay, yeah, no, I agree with you. Like down here it's a bit less invasive, but I think around a bomb site you will want to lower that soundscape. Because, you know, I've got pretty damn good hearing for games, but not everybody does. So I would lower it around the critical area, i.e. the bomb site. Yeah, like that sloshiness, I think, can be loud in those areas, but again, it's game design, so you want it to be a little quieter than that. A little too much in the way. threatening to be in the way, and that's enough to be in the actual way. Wow, that must have been a fair bit of work.
What is happening?
I mean, attention to detail and polish, this is great.
I am planting the bomb. What do you say? Clear.
Just looking to, like, if a planter leaves the bomb site, how committed to one position are they? Pretty damn committed, which is good. So there are 3 entrances to the bomb site. You, in most cases, will eliminate the one you come in from if you're in a 1v1. Then you've got things like this to play around as well. All these little pokey bits. So yeah, this is interesting. So I'm going to defend A. Look up on B.
What is happening?
That reminds me of Caesars. The shopping area of Caesars in Las Vegas has, it doesn't move, but it has like a night sky. It's a very odd place. Got tea on my hands. I don't know if you could press E on one of these, you know, and make like a ching, as if, like, you know, it's stuck on the wall, but you try to remove it. That would be cool. Not necessary, but it'd be cool. I feel like if I was messing about with the sound of this, I would have a little water, because I mean the water's there, and I think it would, especially, I think it would make sense to hear some water on the bomb site, just low. And I think if you're on a 1v1 and there's a bit of water in the background, it would be quite, you know, add to the tension. Like the kind of calm, normally people like being near water because it's like calming and relaxing and therapeutic. So I think the contradiction of that with a 1v1 around a bomb plant or a bomb site would be quite cool. But obviously,
What is happening?
where's it? Where's the water gone? Like not this level, but lower. But I think it could. Okay, so Lizard says soundscapes are still heavy work in progress. Cool. Yeah, well, that's just my feedback. But anyway, yeah, it's very pretty. All right, let me see. The messed up bomb plants. You always want the CT facing the wall if you can help it. But if it was here, I guess you could defend it from here. This is fun. This way or that way. Or you could even do, you know, hold like that. That's cool. If you planted it like this, it's like planting default on Mirage. You may compromise where you can go afterwards. So yeah, that's cool. I love the colors as well. Like this is this is really fun. Really fun, I think.
All clear.
But so yeah. I guess these T's just want to destroy it. They just hate theme parks. It's against their belief system. Theme parks are against their belief system. Or they could be from a rival theme park being put out of business by the success of this one.
Clear.
Oh, there's a door. That can should fly.
What have you gone and done, son? Come on, chop chop.
Okay, so we've got a tower defense for the mid area.
Check in. Clear.
Windmill buffet.
Status. We're in the clear.
Right, so the bomb sites look reasonable. The mid area looks like there are different options.
We're in the clear. Grenade! Grenade out!
Yeah, the art style's great.
All clear.
I think people will enjoy being on this map. Right. Jura, where are you? Thread is by Pav. This fictional ruined castle is set in the area where I'm from. There is this trail in Poland called the Trail of Eagle's Nests, right in the Krakow.
We are out of here.
I would get my woman to pronounce the rest, but she is lounging in bed. But when she gets up, we'll get her to pronounce it. Upland.
I need help.
It is filled with medieval castles built back in the 14th century by King Casimir the Great. They put them on these awesome limestone cliffs to protect the western border of Poland. Now the ruins are surrounded by green hills and bushes. They look incredible and tons of tourists come to see them. It's a big part of our local history and definitely worth a visit. Oh, that's cool. When I went to that region, the main place I went to was Yelechka salt mines, which was really, really cool, actually. Actually, it was incredible. It wasn't cool. It was incredible. The map has a unique layout with only 3 choke points. And a relatively small size, making it CT-sided at the start. However, if terrorists manage to break through one choke point, the balance can shift. This is not easy and requires team play and careful util usage. Fast flanks are a big part of the gameplay. Players need to trust their teammates to watch their back. Communication is key. Teams must share information quickly and adapt to changing situations on the map and stay one step ahead of their opponents. The map requires teamwork and coordination, but during playtests, many players showed creativity in clutch situations. It's a map that works well for both team strategies and individual plays. This castle near Ogra something, name of town, the most popular one. Netflix Witcher series got some shots over there. Okay, cool. So here's a example of the inspiration. Yeah, electrical salt mines are cool. I went a long time ago. I had a really funny tour guide as well who took us through a section and then started saying, you're going to hear some sound effects like gas explosion. Like, okay, don't hear that every day. Nice. Polski. Dzień dobry. Okay, 3 choke points. Very tidy, very, very clean, polished. So the map sounds basically silent, which is fine. Soundscape to come. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Polish for me. Come here. Because I asked you to. Just wanted to compare. Look at this. This is like a really old school diving knife that my dad gave me from when he used to be in the Navy. It belonged to one of his buddies. Not quite the same as what we're seeing here though. But it's curious to see. Anyway. Where's the pierogi, bros? Where's the pierogi? Where's the gołąbki? This is what? A bloody Italian pizza? Where are we? Napoli pizza? Yeah, there are diving knives, Rebsy, especially if you're going wreck diving, for example. You have to have a minimum of 2 knives on you, accessible by either hand. In case part of your body gets entangled, you can use the other arm to reach another knife, basically. Pierogi on pizza, goddamn. All right. Oh, we got some Polish rap. Let's go. All right. This is pretty. This is really pretty. I was I know it's not Poland, but last year I went near Edinburgh to do a shotgun competition, and the castle where Mary Queen of Scots was born, I looked around the ruins of it, and it kind of reminds me of that. Not necessarily the same style, but just like how tall these halls are and so on. Nice detail.
I am planting the bomb.
Nice. Have you ever had to use them before? No, I haven't used them while I'm diving. No worry, lizard. I haven't used them when I'm diving, but like for example, if you some divers come across sharks or turtles or something that have fishing net stuck on one of their fins, flippers, legs, whatever. So they'll use a diving knife for that purpose. So when I've gone wreck diving, like my wreck diving is wrecks which have been explored and cleared out. If you were doing an unexplored one, then you'd want loads of knives just in case. Ha! I like this. This is well, how often do you see this? Like, okay, you're gonna hide in the corner, are you? Yeah, I like that. So post plant, let's have a look. 1, 2, 3. And obviously you can dance around this as well. Do some jiggles. Okay. I'm interested. I like this. Man, we've got a lot of like really pretty maps. Pretty maps, but also like thoughtful, interesting layouts. Oi, woman. Come read some Polish for me. Come on. So lazy. I want let the internet know that my come here. How do you pronounce this? Look. Read that, Krakow. You don't know it? What about this one? Where is it? I mean, you must have some idea. The other one is this. Come on, come on. How do you say it? Oh, she's so shy. She's running away. What's the point of having a Polish woman if I can't get translations? All right, let's go look at B. Oh, we looked at B. A. We're getting told off for being rude. Okay, good, good, good. You know, the center of shooting in the UK is called a place called Bisley, and next to it or part of it is a Ministry of Defense area, and they have this logo as a warning not to like walk in there because they're, you know, exploding stuff. All right, so I like how this is part of the bomb site. It's quite clear what the bomb site is. All right, if you go in here, is there a ring around the rosy? No, not really.
Flashback. I'm throwing a flashback.
This makes me. Is it Sirocco with the danger zone with the? There are like towers you could sit near the top of. Anyway. So let's say this is one of the places you're rotating from. Because the bomb's beeping away. What are you clearing? I mean, maybe, all right, come out. Perhaps hold this for a second or two, see if anybody peeks, and then you can start clearing areas this way. The bomb's planted here. You're pretty much screwed, honestly. Like, if you touch the bomb, you're going to be exposed to quite a lot of different places.
I am planting the bomb.
If the bomb's there, you better get here quick, boy. Otherwise, you are effed. Okay, bomb site's been taken. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's a fast enough rotation, I think. If your teammates are communicating with you. So, bearing that in mind, I don't mind the how exposed you might be. Ancient, yeah. God, it's going to be difficult to even make a top 10. I guess polish may help in that respect. Yeah, how finished things are. Stand on pallets. What pallets? Pallets where? Pallet on mid is cool. What, here somewhere? No. A shorts. Okay, hold on.
Terrorists win. Must move.
Oh, anybody have a look in here? Did I even go here? Okay, which way am I going? Near tower. This way. Hello, Froyo. Froyo, almost. Oh, on this. Ah. Nasty. It is nasty. Okay. Another good looking map. Needs a bit of soundscape. But I'm really I like the layouts of these bomb sites, especially like the detail, the aesthetically, and I'd be very interested to see how they play out, especially with like the timing of the rotation from B to A. If CTs lose A and have to rotate, I'm curious to see how that looks. And I think fighting around these sites is going to be interesting to look at, to play, and also to watch. So yeah, we've got a really high standard. All right, Karai is the next one. Karai, where are you? Karai. So yeah, once I'm done with looking like having a first look at all of these, then I will go through all of them and do my scoring. I kind of like the idea of doing the scoring on a second pass rather than the first, especially because after looking at all the maps, you actually have a perspective of like where the middle ground is, where the standard bearers are, and then you can kind of like if you decide what you think is the best map and give it the scores, and then you can kind of figure things out accordingly. Whereas when you first, like if you look at two maps, how can you score them without the context of everything else? Right. Jinx says, hi everyone. I will be making a map inspired on the Kowloon walled city because I think I can make some very interesting and unique or crazy level design with that theme. I have become aware that there has been a map made for CSGO with Kowloon theme before, but since it's all the way back in 2014, I don't think it will be much of an issue. Okay. Let's all right. So this is what Kowloon is looking like. Oh, I've heard about this. Wow. So we're inside Kowloon.
What is happening?
So I guess we're on the rooftops of Kowloon then? Because I was thinking, is our horizon going to be some of these buildings? All right, so let's have a look more. Okay, interesting. Theme has been changed to a fictional walled city in Japan to avoid China. Okay, cool.
Taking our start point.
Fictional's always better. Like when Santorini was released, I immediately thought, just give it a different name. Like people know what it is. Just call it Bob Torini, you know, whatever. Thank you. My dear woman has made me a fried egg. Wonderful. Do you want to say hello to the internet? Go on, say something in Polish. Say hello to there's loads of Polish devs. Come on, say hello. Just say hello. Come on, they just can hear you. No one can see you. They don't even know what your name is. Come here.
Taking our start.
Come on. She's actually kneeling in the kitchen as if I don't know where she is. Like hiding in the kitchen behind the counter. That level of shy. Okay. Thank you for the fried egg, though. I appreciate you very much. And internet saying dzień dobry. So there you go. Anyway. Give me some claustrophobia.
At our start point.
Scared I'm gonna fall off.
What is happening? Back at our start.
So I'm trying to decide if this aesthetically feels more CSGO than CS2 or somewhere in between. I'm thinking somewhere in between for this one. I like this layout. Come say dzień dobry. Like 6 people have said dzień dobry in the chat. Come on. Can't let the people down.
What is happening? Checking our start point.
She doesn't like public speaking. she's not going to. Oh, sorry, guys. I'll have to make it like a sound recording so I can just press it. Okay, so we've got lots of grey.
At our start point.
And the clothes and so on. I'm just thinking about going through this map and simple enough. I guess because of the textures, it's feeling a bit salty to me.
What do you see?
Right. Oh, okay.
Checking our start point.
I think. Oh. Oh. Okay. That's cool. Oh, B's down. I think here you might want to put a B that way because I feel like this is. I mean, bearing in mind I am running around in circles. I need to start from like T-spawn and see if I get as confused as I may have made myself now.
Back at our start.
Oh. Okay. Oh, that's very salty. Yeah. Okay. Hey.
What is happening? At our start point.
Oh, thank you. Thanks. All right, let me start again from spawn.
Come on, let's go!
Let's go to B. All right, so what am I approach from here. Where are my choke points? Door.
I'm throwing a grenade. Checking our start point.
Rounds here. Right, so if we're clearing this area, is it going to be clear enough where I should be looking?
What is happening? At our start point.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering.
Go, my brothers.
Rosie. Making me laugh. Okay, so I'm just wondering about identifying what's the route in a map and what's not. Like, what's the, you know, because of the nature of it, like, is there a path around this or...
Check in. Back at our start.
Just put people in random places. Okay, so what are we clearing here?
What do you see? Clear.
Okay, easily...
At our start point. Throwing a flashback.
this area has an interesting prospect in that you can avoid a lot of flashes, but you're also fully committed to this position. So if you're clearing out positions, I think
Clear.
that is... I mean, I've got a fat crosshair, but like I can barely see the person there. So maybe I think this might need to be brighter for contrast. Like we have bright contrast here. I think you might want to put bright contrast there, because if someone's body is mostly concealed by that box as well, then, you know, that's going to be, that might take a second for someone to identify that someone is there.
What do you see? All clear. Checking our start point.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, that one's, you know, if you're making sounds, clearing all those positions, if you can get here, which is a question we'll have to look at later, this will be a real pain in the ass if someone picks that. Of course, you can have two people here and one person just holding
Clear.
as the other guy. But if,
At our start point.
you know, you've got so many different positions to clear here, if this guy gets dropped and that guy's stuck here holding for someone there, he's not really going to be in a position to trade. I mean, he can do that, but then, yeah, it's going to be a bit dicey. I guess that's what flashes are for, right? So you've cleared all of these. You've got a pair of doors here, and someone could just be standing in front of the doors like this also.
Check in.
Then you've got...
Clear. Back at our start.
Well, I mean, I don't know, you're really going to be holding like across the bomb site. That would be a bit mental. So... one of the COD games had a good representation. I think...
What do you see?
if I'm thinking of people playing casual mode, I think a lot of people are going to get deleted turning around this position. I mean, you could play anti, you know, you could just play off angles with a setup from a teammate. Oh, you have up here as well. So
What is happening?
you also have this spot up here.
Checking our start point.
So I think maybe there might be too many options for the CTs. Like if you're Jame, imagine you're Jame and you've got rifle support on this bomb site. You have so many options. Where is that guy? Okay, so at least you can, it seems that you can... Wait, did I put him at the back? Okay, so he could be here. So let me put someone here.
Clear. At our start point.
Oops. Oh, I've messed this up now. Bear with me a second. I've got too many bots. So if we put someone here, god damn it. Okay, the T. So you could play on the edge. You could play on the edge. You could, more? You could play on the edge and get the gap, or you could play here or even here. Maybe you're not getting away after your shots, or even, I mean, you could even play it here. And if all those people went there, you could fall off better and then take a position like this. So it's a bit of a, I mean, yes, you can get flashed off, but Again, there's a lot of angles to deal with here. So I don't know if this elevated position with the other shapes, like, I mean, with updates, you know, if there's too many positions, you could just stick a box in a corner or something to limit the different places. But like, there's so many different setups the CT side can have here. I think it might be a bit backbreaking for a T side. Let's start as the CTs actually.
What have you gone and done, mate? Counter-terrorists win. This is what we train for.
Okay. Okay, so you get to be real quick as well. So if you can post up like this or like that, you don't want to get too close to this corner. So let's see the distance and the difference in the distance. Yeah, so you're going to be at a slight advantage if you're here. Maybe here as well. I think probably here. So you can creep with this to some degree. Give yourself some contrast there, and have another player. I mean, it is committed. If a flash comes in, you're done. So that's a more aggressive option. You know, you can always do it from here as well. Flash comes in, you can just fall off. Yeah, so CTs get there real quick. Someone said, I think someone said that a few more signs or a bit more color somehow would be good, because it is very depressing palettes, and I know that it kind of looks like that, but there is also a fair amount of color. Let's see if we can get some pictures of the inside. Yeah, I mean, that's not really the rooftop, is it? So it does look a bit dusty, but you've got the odd splash. I mean, you can have like washed out color. I mean, color in the buildings. Like we've got the odd sign here, and then it's quite drab. We've got washed out color, but it's so washed out it looks a bit grey. So there is some color, but it doesn't feel like there is. Even if it indicates a pathway a little, so there is something to draw your eye amongst all this grey, just to make it a little less confusing. It's a consideration anyway. I'm not saying it must be done, but okay. So we've got some green, some orange, some red. It is a bit drab. But I think it has more life to it than what I'm seeing here, which is yeah. What about the floor? Oh. Yeah, we don't want that. Half. She's half Polski. Yeah, if you could like, in a not too obvious way. Okay, so yay. Yeah, there's a splash of color here. I mean, we are indoors, which is nice, but it's a little too drab for me. It just like the palette, like look at this. It just feels a bit depressing to play. A bit depressing to look at. Like if you played 80 rounds of this, you know, you might need therapy afterwards. Dzień dobry, people. Dzień dobry. Go on, say it, say hello. Come on.
I'm not your little puppet, yes?
Not my little puppets. God, she's very upset, isn't she? Just say hello. Say dzień dobry. No one can see you. No one knows who you are.
Dzień dobry.
Thank you. Right, so I think the consensus is, well, not consensus. Right now, I feel like it's a bit like, so if you think, if someone who's playing casual Counter-Strike wants to, you know, play some casual matches, how many rounds are they going to play of this versus other more interesting ones? I feel like they'll lean towards the more interesting ones. But anyway, these are, oh God, I feel like if I don't jump, I'm going to die there. So yeah, I think it's a little mazy. Okay, so A that way, B this way, but is it this way, or is it this way? Let's see. I'm kind of running backwards going this way now. So especially for a Rabbit Warren-esque map like this, yes, you've got A and B here, but you also need a B this way, because you really don't want people going this way and being like, oh, where the hell am I? So I think that's an important thing to put in, just a little guidance, so people don't have to think, is it this way, or be confused or feel confused. You don't want people to feel confused either. Right. Matinee. Okay. Whatever you like. What? Yeah. What's the bloody hostage time? Oh, I can't remember the bloody command.
Status.
Round, it's round time, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. MP underscore round time underscore hostage 16. Right. MP underscore start game 1.
We work together.
Okay, Citizen001 says a fast-paced hostage map taking place in a cinema in Los Angeles/Hollywood. T's face off against CTs to battle over hostages held in the auditorium and projection booth. Marvelous. I think my tea's going to be cold now.
Report in. All clear.
So this is the second or third hostage map that we have seen. Haha, those stairs are cool. It's giving me bank vibes a little bit.
Check in. Clear.
There's your second theatre, but this time you can't blow it up. Thank you, Rebsy. This is the kind of place where, like, FPV drone people will go and just fly drones on a Sunday when it's closed or something, or whatever day. Like an office complex. I know this is a cinema complex.
Status. We're in the clear.
Okay, nice accessible hallways. Okay, so it's a fair trot along here from CT spawn to T spawn. Aha.
Check in.
That's cool.
All clear.
This is making me think of what is that film where everything's going backwards? And the first, I think the set piece is in a cinema in Russia or somewhere. Tenet, yeah.
Report in. Clear.
Oh, it was Tallinn. I've been to Tallinn. I went to the zoo there. Okay. Where is he? Above me? Below me?
Check in. We're in the clear.
Oh.
I'm bringing the hostages out.
Oh shit, all the teas are moving. Don't want to go that way.
Status. Clear.
Hostage has been rescued.
There you go. Counter-terrorists win. Come on, go.
Would it be a bad thing if this burned people? See you later, Ipeku buddy.
Report in. All clear.
Okay, so where does this go? Be some nasty angles. Let's see if there was a T hiding there, and a CT had taken a hostage. Guess you can clear that.
We're in the clear.
It's a bit this. So here. Awkward. But hopefully you've got teammates who can help out, so. But you could even just hold an angle like this. Yeah, there's some really nasty angles.
Report in.
So once you get here, you're gonna be concerned. Damn, you could really just get blasted in the back as you try to make your way out. That's gonna be a tough call. Might have to keep a smoke for that or something. 1-to-1 real life place. Okay, that's cool. But I think it might have some OP angles for the T's as the CTs try to make their exit. I mean, that's where you would find me back down here. I wouldn't even be trying to challenge up here, depending on what's going on. If we lost the hostages.
All clear.
What is the other route out? Because depending on how many people are left, it might still be guesswork. Okay, so that's a strong move for CTs as well. So this one is a more controllable environment, if you will. Could a T hide here? I wonder. Because, like, let's see. Okay, so there's it seems like you could probably just about see someone there.
Report in. All clear.
Could be behind a van. Nothing too deep this way. Okay, so yeah, there's definitely challenges on that side, which is not again, doesn't mean they're bad. Although I will say that. Okay, let's see where this goes. Okay, no, this is fine. So how would you get to here if you had a hostage? Okay, so if there's a hostage, can go this way. No, that's fine. There's enough options. Okay, so what if I went this way?
Check in. Clear.
Oh, then here we are. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. That's plenty fine. Yeah, no issues with those angles because there's numerous options for the hossies. Now, would this be...
Status. We're in the clear.
Would this be a fun map? I think I'll have to line up later on the hostage maps against each other for context and scoring. Obviously, the art run's not done with this one. Could be fun. Matinee. Palacio is up next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Still got 12 maps to go. Rebsy, when do you need the all my numbers by? Is it today?
Let's go, my brothers.
As soon as I can get them to you. Okay. I would say so
The bomb is on the ground.
I have a big pistol match on the weekend. More important is tomorrow, Saturday, the British Championships for pistol
Back at our
at 8 o'clock in the morning. But I might be busy until 5 for various reasons. So I would imagine by the end of the weekend I could have the numbers done, if that's cool. Okay, Palacio. Slimek, very familiar with that name. Hi everyone. For this contest, I am once again teaming up with Clicks as well as Kochi. We are going to make a defusal map based on Palacio Nacional de Pena in Sintra, Portugal, which has bright colors, to put it mildly. Good choice for CS2 because we've got bright colors in our face every day. So have a look at that. You can see very bright indeed. It's like Fisher Price colors, like children's toys colors. That's pretty much it. Next comment says XDDD. I was there the other day. Lol. Cool. Oh, all right. Sintra. Wow. It's interesting that you wouldn't necessarily believe these colors, but they are the colors. That's basically how it looks. Okay.
What do you see?
What do I see? Is bots being kicked?
Terrorists win.
I need a bind for that. Something. It's gonna restart me.
Forward.
Nice tiles. We like tile action. That's exactly what I needed from this cupboard. So thank you. Snip says, Palacio is ported to CS from real life really nicely and gameplay elements are so smartly included. Colors are done well. They're not overdone. They're done well from what I've seen so far. Oh, we've got amazing FPS. Sniper action towards A. Good soundscaping.
I am planting the bomb.
I like the layout of the spawn sites. It's quite interesting. This is beautiful. Yeah, I like the way the Vaticat. God, this is going to be so hard. I think this is. I actually think, Rebsy, this is probably the hardest contest so far in terms of how maps will be separated from each other. It's going to be, I think it's going to be a little unfair in that, you know, you're going to have like a certain amount at the top, but whichever maps are going to be like just below that are probably also more or less going to be deserving of that as well. But I think that, you know, should Valve pick some maps from this contest to go into the game, they will certainly have a short list of ones to add later from the very same contest, honestly. Oh, I love these colors. This is great. I'm enjoying it. So, you know, it's I'm not gonna make a one-for-one comparison like this versus the Kowloon map because it's a different scenario, but it's nice. Oh, I like the finish. Oh, this is what CS2 is about. It's not fair to compare one map to the other, but I will say the feeling of like these colors are not in the way, but they are. What this? These colors are not in the way. Oh, they're not in the way, but it's a nice environment to be in. I'm enjoying being in this environment, whereas that drab, depressing environment, like, again, if you think not about one round but about like 100 rounds, how much time could you spend playing this map? And this is yeah this is fun, but it's not just the colors, but it's also the layout and the challenges it offers as well. It's not too much of what we've seen so far. It's not like crazy. I mean, when you're essentially, you have a palace, obviously it's going to be grandiose and kind of like that, what's it called, Rialto map or whatever, where actually, well, you could be on some of the ledges, but for the most part they were there just for show and beauty and so on. And again, it's the immersion is good. What is that even reflecting? What is that? I would remove that. Oh. Yeah, so aesthetic, great. Design wise, in terms of like, you know, the little potential engagements feel fun and they feel accessible. So that's cool. Canals, yes, canals. Damn. I feel sorry for my future self having to put all these scores in, honestly. I genuinely feel sorry for my future self for having to figure out why, you know. I mean, I think when you have like a middling scoring map and a high scoring map, things will fall into place. But figuring that out at the beginning in the right way, for my opinion, is gonna be something. Well, it is. I'm dreading it. This is great though. Jesus. This works. It's just me. Doesn't work. Thanks for the advice, Rebsy. Yeah, this is so interesting. And I love things like this. Like when I came out, I was like, oh my God, I could be peeked from there, but no, I can't because it's limited. But the design is such that it's just, you know, really nice. That's cool. Yeah, great work. Really, a lot of fascinating layouts, which is cool. Right, Relic is the next one we're going to look at. Relic, Mr. Potato 44. Special thanks to Yanzel, Oral, Jimwood, and Angel for the various assets and programs used. Recent corporate construction projects have been taking place in the growing city of El Eisengrün. One such project has faced delays due to cave structure stability caused by an explosive detonated by a group of eco-terrorists. I like that. Vegans, of course. Hey, Inflamer buddy, I'm good. I am currently having a first look at many maps that I need to judge for the mapcore contest. I hope you're well. These terrorists detest the roles that large corporations like B&H International play in destroying the forests and ecosystems of Switzerland. A recent tip given to local police has produced evidence of another planned attempt to detonate a bomb in the city, although it is unclear if the perpetrators are the same ones who caused the damage to B&H International. Out of precaution, a counter-terrorist unit has been deployed in the city, focusing on two areas: the rail tunnels construction site and the soon-to-open Botanical Expo. Are you going to blow up the bloody cacti and butterflies? Why would vegans go this far? Man, you don't know vegans. Eisengrün, Bahnhof.
What do you see?
I like this.
At our start point.
Graffiti already. So there's this route, or this route. Where does this go? We'll look at that afterwards. I like the noise on the ladder.
What is happening?
I don't know why I keep pressing 5 when I want the bomb. It's a bit random to me. Oh, I can see the reference. Oh, you can just jump in as well. Not so random. So there's a boost there?
Back in. Back at our start.
You can shoot out the floodlights. Oh. I appreciate that tip. Man like Mr. Potato in the chat.
What is happening? Checking our start point.
Wow, Daytona. What's that? Presidential Day date? That looks a bit IWC, a little bit, but not 100%. No, the Crown Guard's not IWC. This is... It looks like an Explorer, a classic Explorer, but the face is too big. And that looks like it could be... Looks a bit taggy because of the hands.
At our start point.
What else have we got here? A lot of statues, a lot of big statues in these maps that we're seeing. It's nice to see a moving flag. You know, it's the little things.
Check in.
Du jardin. Right, we've got a little connecting door here.
What is happening?
Right, let me look at this from the T perspective, this mid area.
What do you see? At our start point.
Okay, so there's some creeping. There's some tight angles that can be held by both squads. Wonder if you can... I don't know if there's a boost to be had here. So it's like a... Am I right in saying it's like 2 mids here?
Checking our start point.
Oh, I saw someone saying this fabled 4-lane. So I suppose you're forcing a CT to play in this area, or if the expectation is to play in this area, or you create that expectation in early rounds, then you can abuse that by making plays elsewhere later on. Potentially, anyway.
What is happening? Back at our start.
Usually it's 1 on A, 2 on B, 1 B mid, 1 A mid. As a static setup. Reactive setup.
What do you see? At our start point.
Like there's a lot of routes, but it doesn't feel like you're necessarily going to get lost. But it may... So I guess this is so you don't just have like one channel completely shut down.
At our start point.
But how do the CTs deal with these 2 paths? I guess that kind of... I mean, I don't feel like they get to a position like this. This is... All right, let's say this whole area is kind of compromised, or... I mean, I guess they can take some gambles, but if your B guy falls, do you just save? I don't know. I guess it depends on where they fall.
What do you see? Back at our start.
I mean, that's a crazy rotation. You could just land here and be like, bang, if someone's trying to plant a bomb. So, but that gives you, that also, I mean, it's not really a reliable strat, but...
Checking out our start point.
Yeah, bit of a wild ride here. Again, a very different bomb site. I think we've seen a lot of variation in the map so far. I mean, we saw some really unique bomb sites yesterday as well, but I feel like every single one
Check in.
that we've seen so far has been very, very different.
Start.
Okay. Next we have Scorch.
I need help here. Move it, move it. Someone must cover the bomb.
Scorch takes place. This is Ziken. Scorch takes place in a mountainside biochemical lab at the early stages with basic. Oh, never mind that bit.
What is happening?
Doesn't look like the early stages now. I mean, that was written May of last year, so he's put in work since then.
Terrorists win. Our guns shall bring us victory.
Right,
Go, go.
no trespassing. Getting a bit messy. Scorch. Oh. Make this red. Make this red. Reds, everyone knows what the red square means. No one knows what the blue square means. Just make it red. Intuitive is good. Nice. Bearing in mind its chemical hazards, it makes way more sense for that blue square to be red also. Okay. What am I looking at here? A lot of grey. I mean, you've got the background here. And then... thinking as much. Let's look at it from this perspective. Okay, so that's quite clear. So this is quite busy. A lot of the same, you know, things blending into each other for my eye, like this, this, this. A lot of light grey altogether. Concrete, basically. I guess it's an architectural style. But, you know, with people there, you'll get some contrast. So, I'd say this, like, big grey landscape. I mean, I don't need it to be, you know, colours everywhere. But it is... it gives space for contrast. It's just not the most engaging... This bit's obvious enough. But I'd put red around the other one. Because, you know, it's a bit factory... a bit factory-esque. So I think on the other bomb site, you need that red square here. You know, it's reasonably obvious. So it's a very cold aesthetic. Now we've got the red area here. Yeah, it's a very cold aesthetic. You know, which I guess a place like a scientific place, be it hazardous or otherwise, is going to have that kind of clinical, clean feel. Is the map called Honor on the list? Honor is removed from the list. So that's not a map which is being judged. Hello, Zycon. Zycon? It's almost Zyklon B, considering it's hazardous materials. So I was just saying, this blue, I would make this red. I know you've got like a little blue theme in this area, but bearing in mind this is hazardous chemicals, I think it would make sense. Like, you know, logically, people see the red outline as a bomb site, and I think if you're going to have an outline, make it red, because then there isn't doubt there. I think this blue line for me created doubt. I would just make it red. If it is hazardous after all, which I assume is what is being exploded here, so I think it would make sense to have some red hazards, maybe even with these. I'm not so fussed about those, but I think this blue should be red, quite simply. Because you want it to be intuitive for people. So the red area and T-spawn. Well, you know, people plant a bomb in red boxes. I think that's more important than what T-spawn looks like. So yeah. If you mean
Terrorists win. So that we may be free.
oh, like this. I don't think you need to change all of this, but bearing in mind you have a chemically hazardous that's the theme. Okay, so you've got the red stuff here. I don't think that means so you've got zones which have colors. I mean, red or yellow are, I'd say probably yellow is more of a hazardous color, but I mean, regardless of all of that, this should be red because bomb sites. As far as playability and intuition is concerned, that's my opinion anyway. It's your map, but that's how I feel about it. Yeah. Where's the mid area? So this reveal, I'm not sure what I think about. So there is contrast between here and here, like these two different distances, but it's a whole load of gray. Like on this side, we've got gray, 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 essentially. And if you bear in mind that that wall at the back is a different area at a different distance, I think that there probably isn't enough contrast between this and this. Because if you're thinking about the map from the point of view of someone who is unfamiliar with the layout, like I think brain-wise, you might need, because I can see what you've done with the design here, but at the same time, I think if these red planks just continued, you wouldn't have any confusion or hesitation from this POV, because people can see that, you know, that is this distance, this is something else. And even like where this wall ends and that one and like this other stuff begins, like if you're swinging out on all of these things, all of these potential places where someone is, for me, I don't need that potential confusion. Yeah, so I would move that red along just so you have isolation of these two objects, because they kind of blend into each other there. That would certainly help. Yeah, it's. I mean, that side is a lot worse than that side. I wouldn't put more green because we know we can't really use green so much in CS anymore because of the agent skins. But yeah, I think. I mean, it's worth looking at other angles as well to see where grey is blending into grey at different distances. Okay, got a hole there. Yeah, I mean, you can do... This is a red, but it's not like that bright hazard red either. So, like this... You could use this red on the bomb site as we referenced earlier, and it would be different to this. So it wouldn't necessarily compromise your aesthetic here. If you have, like, if you play mid with 2 CTs and one of them goes down, you are devoid of information big time. So what do you do? If you've got a guy here and he dies, people could be creeping on you here. So you're going to have to be like... Or rotate someone else to do something else somewhere else. Yeah, so there's good contrast here with the different colors. You wait for stronghold feedback. Okay, well, I think this is our initial look at Scorch anyway. We can move on to the next one. Shepherd.
Go, go, go.
Right, Shepherd.
Let's move out.
Menda XYZ, who has a cat profile picture, which we always appreciate. Hi everyone. I'm happy to finally be able to show what we've been working on recently, and I hope y'all enjoy. Maybe American then? A rural English village is raided by terrorists on a sunny morning. That would be quite a scene. The SAS are dispatched in response to this threat. Shepherd supports bomb defusal and deathmatch game modes. Okay. Okay. Okay, so the CTs are basically on B immediately. Now, this pistol had a different design in CSGO. They kind of made it less good in CS2.
Check in. That's our insertion point.
Okay, so not all the cover in the world. Again, a very different bomb site. For planting, that is. Not all the cover in the world for planting. Okay, so this is B. So we're basically going beyond B, I think, based on where our spawns are. We're going to have some kind of fight here. Mid area.
Status. Checking out deploying smoke.
Okay, assuming this smoke comes in, what on earth do the CTs do then? This gives the... I mean, they can spray through the smoke, etc., but this gives the Ts access to this path. So you're going to need CTs coming through here and fighting here, essentially. Do they fight there? Do they... I mean, how risky is the smoke? I guess you could do it here.
Laying down a smoke.
And then the fight potentially becomes here. Or up here, which would be an absolutely nasty position. But then the T's have got a reasonable... So this is like a high urgency area.
Report N. At our insertion point.
Throwing flashbang.
So big fights here. So I guess there's space to move spawns back, should he feel like it.
Check in. Checking our insertion point. We're in the clear.
Oh, that's your first map, Zyken. That's a really, really good effort for your first map. Absolutely. That's great. Well done to you, dude. Okay, so who makes it here? The T's, I guess. I'm not seeing CTs making it all the way up here.
Report N.
Sniper fun to be had.
Checking our
This is
insertion point.
wide open, this A map,
Clear.
in a number of ways. So the CTs are basically on top of both bomb sites immediately. So you've got to have an AWP here, I would imagine. But you could easily, if you get flashed off your angle,
That's our insertion point.
you know, you can post up here. You can post up there, peek from either side. You can post up here. That's no use. I mean, it's an off angle, I suppose. Yeah, there's a number of things you can do, like different setups you can have. So yeah, I think the question is, like, you know, if this map was played regularly, this is pretty much being smoked from T-spawn. So
That's our insertion point.
I think the fight becomes here. Even if you threw pop flashes like to this direction, the T's can be holding here or here or here. So that's like very high risk for the CTs. But I think, yeah, they have to play aggressive. Interesting. The layout's simple enough though. It's like easy to understand.
Check in.
Right. Stronghold.
Let's go.
T-Rexer. Hey, buddy. I plan on making a map set on Gibraltar up the mountain, inspired by the World War II fortifications and castles there. They have historically served as an important strategic stronghold. I planned on converting one of my old layouts for this theme a while ago, but since that never went anywhere, I will now be starting over with a new layout and just taking the best ideas of the old one. I plan on integrating the theme deeply into the level design. My current idea is to make one of those bomb sites based around the round shape of an artillery position with a massive gun above the play space. The level will also include parts of the famous underground tunnels on Gibraltar. And then there is a mood board of various things.
What do you see? All clear.
Right. The layout is likely on the larger side. Same timings to bomb sites as on Overpass, though. And it is more complex than the average contest entry. I want to try some unique ideas that may not be super popular with the average player and a standard 3-lane layout. However, I think basically most of the active duty maps would do very poorly in a contest like this based on the layout because they are not super obvious to play or look too confusing on first impression, I think he meant to say. But these are the maps that actually offer a unique gameplay identity that most community maps lack. This is mostly because you want to make a map for the broadest appeal that can get easily picked up by new players, which is likely the smart thing to do, but I want to try something different here. I think that's certainly true of some or most, probably most of the maps that we've seen with the highest level of polish, like the S tier looking maps that we've seen so far, because you want to play it safe, especially if you're putting that much effort in. I think in most cases. So props to T-Rex for going daring. That said, we have seen a lot of interesting ideas and approaches. Either way, continued play tests have shown the map plays well, but does need some time to get used to as expected. Once players figure out how to set up correctly, gameplay becomes more dynamic and unique, forcing both teams to take risks and strategies to win. Words of T-Rexa. Right. Lovely elevation. Looks quite nice thus far.
Check in. Clear.
These bots are way too chatty. Annoys me. Oh, god damn it.
Guns shall bring us victory.
So after this, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 maps to go.
Be safe. Let's go, my friends.
Yeah, this is quite reminiscent of these types of places, you know, like Dover Castle. I think I didn't make it to the tunnels at Dover Castle for whatever reason. Don't recall why. Too busy or something. Nice. I was wondering if I'd get stuck here, but it's been smoothed over, which is perfect. So this is the kind of an example of the kind of thing that some other maps earlier on needed that were a bit of a rabbit warren. Just guidance where guidance makes sense. So, because you again, you don't want somebody hesitating, wondering if they're going the right way or not. So that's really good.
I am planting the bomb.
Okay, there's a big bomb site. So this would be no. If you planted a bomb here, I reckon you could defuse it from almost there. So that would be really good cover. So what's the BM plant? That's one. I mean, if you plant, you could defuse it that way. That's one.
I am planting the bomb.
That's probably one as well. But yeah, plenty of options on the A-bomb sites. So yeah, we'll have to look at what the rotation is like from A to B as well. So these kind of I like this. This reminds me of Day of Defeat, actually. Any of you guys played Day of Defeat? And I'm not talking about Source. I'm talking about the OG. I played on a team called UK Special Forces, UKSF, Day of Defeat. I think they still exist now, but they seem to be just Call of Duty with no reference to the DoD days. Wouldn't it be cool if you had an entrance to an area? Let's say it's early, like near a T-spawn that had like a padlock like this, and you could shoot it off and then open the door. But it wasn't in the middle of the map or somewhere like... Oh, dude, I loved Avalanche, man. Avalanche was just... You could just play that all day. Anyway. This is a really beautiful bomb site. Oh. Do all this as well. Okay. So this is... The red here is done in a natural way, which is pretty cool. I like how they have done that. Nice, nice, well done. That's cool. And it matches everything else. Nice, nice, nice. I like that detail. Okay, where's the under bit? These are cool. Because it's on the edge of the rock as well, it's just infinite sea outside. Easy win. Nice. Could you measure rotation? I will be. I'm just looking around the rest of the map. I like these details. Like, there's nice attention to detail here. Okay. Oh, someone said we could shoot out the lights. I forgot to test the shooting of the lights. But I will do when I go back. So no soundscaping quite yet. Okay, so let's see. You're rotating. You're lurking here or something. It's B. They say as 4 people stand outside the A bomb site holding grenades, but you rotate to B anyway. Okay, so you can go this way and have a look. But if you go this way and have a look, but you can't quite hop out, it is a long path, a long path to here. But if you go here, you can go here or here. But I guess if you're going for a retake, if it's 1v1, you're going to take that fight. If it's 1vx, this is going to be killing a lot of time. So you have a faster path with more risk, or a longer path with more stealth. Okay, so you can silent drop. Visuals down, don't have the time. Yeah, I mean, soundscapes is a small thing. I just mention it on both on all the maps. But this detail is really cool. Like this is another one where I think it's a really nice environment, and this is another map with. I mean, the rock is grey, right? But I wouldn't say it's like lots of grey. It's got some grey. It's got some more white. But if you look at some of the other maps that had a lot of grey, and some of it, like the Kowloon one is supposed to be grey. It's like a concrete colour. But the different colours here are more edible for me, more absorbable. And looking at the different positions, I mean, again, you can't compare one for one, but they've got like the borders of the entry in red and so on, and it's contrasty, and I can quickly discern where I'm supposed to be looking, although this is a shorter distance than I'm comparing to. But these things work around that bomb site. We'll have a look at other areas of the map in that regard. Like, you know, angles like that with your contrast. So where do the non-bomb site players go? Is it shenanigans around this area? Ah. Great Siege Tunnels entrance. Oh yeah, we were here earlier. Okay. So T pathing towards B. All doors explode continues. Are you able to fire up the cannons? Is that a question or a request? I mean, I would hope not, because it wouldn't make sense. I feel like CTs are going to be scared of getting victimized in this area. Right. Let's look at B from a CT POV. So if your teammates can delay, perhaps you can get behind people. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of funky fighting here. But is it going to be like guessy and feel like high variance for people engaging? Does an A player push up past site then? We'll have a look at that. I'm lost.
We are out of here.
I love this. This detail I absolutely love. Okay, so warp angle if you want it. Ah, but they can go this way. So do you hold an angle like this? I mean, I think you might have to. I think the T's take this. I think the T's take this area. Like this area. However, maybe the CTs pop in here. So it's kind of... Right, what are we fighting for here? A lot of sneaky timings. I think a lot of CTs holding off, peeking, going away, having a look in various positions. Interesting. Oh, someone said pathing to A, I think.
We rushing in.
Or
Or are we going
pushing past though. Let's see, this looks faster. So yeah, I think you're fighting in these areas up close. You know, if people aren't, there's a lot of risk involved with fighting in these areas. If you're able to take it and then flank the T's down there, but then, you know, are the T's just holding like this or something? Is the question. Old school Vertigo vibes there. So yeah, this is a quite a different layout. I think people would enjoy this in casual mode for sure. But it must be so difficult to figure out layouts. Next up is Taisha. This immediately makes me think of a really old community map. I don't know if it's called Chinatown or something else. All right, this is from Alpha Owl, a collaboration with Ethers and Access. We sought to create a viable 5v5 competitive diffusal map set in the Kansai region of Japan. Okay, this is T-Spawn.
Terrorists win. We fear no one. We will defeat the mercenaries.
Okay, so the green is elevation. It looks like. Or making a layout for CS must be tough. An interesting one as well, you know. It's so hard to gauge how people might play it. So is the green part of the mini map things that are elevated? In Kyoto, they have the biggest wooden structure, I think, in the world. It's a temple, which I went to and took some pictures at. The last photo blog I ever did, that was 10 years ago. Didn't bother to update it since then. I mean, there's a bug where it won't let me show big photos, so I can't be asked. All right, this mini map is, I'm not quite sure what the two different colors are for. I mean, I think it's relating to elevation, but it's still a bit confusing while moving around. Okay. Imagine you're in a hot spring and someone just comes in, blow! That'll be messed up. Okay, so the A-bomb sites. We're going to wreck this poor tree. Easy nades from out here, but then you've got a tight choke point on this side. Let's have a look at where the CTs start in relation to the A-bomb sites. Ah, option 2. Okay. So if timing will allow, you want to have control over here. If that's unsuccessful, then the T's can head in this direction. Oh, so if they hop along here. Yes, there is a sound cube, but also... Alright, so... Okay, challenge then. You definitely... It's going to be a bit dicey if you don't have control of this area as CTs. It's going to be very easy to flash nade a sniper off or a rifler. If someone is in urgent need of support... Oh, we need help on the A-bomb site. Nades. Okay, so you can have your teammate there. Flash in front.
Flashbang.
Oh, whoops.
Flashbang out.
They're coming! They're coming! Okay. Where are my T's at? So, a little cramped here. Where does this go? Into the bomb site. Okay. This goes into the bomb site, so the CTs need to deny passage here. So if you're playing somebody here, then you've got potential to flank as well. We're on Taisha. Got potential to flank. So what do we need to secure for this bomb site? This is a threat.
Throwing smoke.
This is less of a threat now. So then these areas here where CTs can be up to shenanigans. So
Laying down a smoke.
I think with Util you can force the CTs into a retake scenario easy enough, and there's plenty of area to fight around. How did a CT solve this problem though? You've been forced off the bomb sites. You have angles for nades and such. Could be somebody on here, but you can use the wall to your advantage to clean this out. We'll have a look at what this might mean. But you can make it to here. This is... I like the shape of this, actually. I think the fights could be fun. Okay, so... Did I? So I guess this is designed to stop people... Yeah, stop people creeping along that side. Now, if I've planted the bomb... something like here. And the guy's chasing. Yeah, I'm not going to make it up there. I'm going to get shot, which is good. So, that's cool. That would be a challenge. Yeah. This is interesting. There's fun to be had on this bomb sites. Maybe less maze-like would be better. It's yeah, I do wonder about the middle areas, but I'm gonna take a longer look at it over the weekends. But like, yeah, this area, I mean, my brain's not connecting this area too much just yet in terms of what the CTs want, what the Ts want, what are people fighting for. Very difficult to see players outside. Yeah, it does. I did think it looked like one of those busier ones with a lot of different objects and things. But yeah, well, that's our initial view anyway. Now we've got Terrier. Yorkshire Terrier. We're almost at the end, almost. Wien. Not quite, not like Vienna, which is W-I-E-N, but W-E-I-N-N. Right, say what to fix, what to add, what to complete, what to redo. That's his description.
Come on, let's go. Terrorists win.
You are stupid to think you will win.
Coop Mole, you came up as a possible ban evader, just so you know. Possible ban evader monitoring. Where's my knife gone? Okay, so this is Terrier. Alright, so we've got a long angle to A. What's this? Who controls this? This map's still in. Let me just double check. Yep, this map's still in. Ah. So if I just run, I would want to, I mean, you know, the map maker can design it otherwise. Oh, okay, that's weird. Yeah, work in progress. I think people would want to run, hit this, and then fall. But if I just hold W, I go straight onto the ladder. But again, we can see it's like not really finished, so not a big deal. Oh.
I am planting the bomb.
This almost feels like a little bit like OG Mirage. The Source version. Okay. Oh. Okay, very long path leads to the bomb site. All right, what am I? I'm T.
Let's go.
I'm T. Okay, so that's a CT rotation, basically. guess the door. What, one of these? What is this place? For 2 drinks machines to be there. It's not really clear what it is. Okay. You're definitely going to have some annoying sod shift walk through here and do absolutely nothing. And then onto the bomb site we go. So the CTs, you kind of want them to look here, but also there. Oh, I've only got one dude. Oh crap. Need more dudes.
My brothers.
Oh, sorry, dude. Okay, so you can't see the guy who's closest to the wall. Or this guy here. So I can make it to behind these boxes without being seen if there's a sniper down there.
I'm throwing smoke.
Right, and do that, and then it's GG for the sniper. So CT will need to play here. Maybe. I'm wondering about the timings on this one. Hey, Polemin.
Hold your fire. Man down. Go, go, go.
Right, CT to A. Looks like a little journey. Any CT down here is dealt with promptly, and it's really about this guy. Or maybe there are 2 people here. Maybe you don't even bother to put anybody in that position and just gamble on them spending time smoking it. Maybe you once put an AWP there. Establish the AWP and then focus on fighting elsewhere. I don't think you're stopping the T's going in there. This is a really weird layout with timings as well, I think. Timber. I think weird is an ambiguous description, but it's uncertain. Like okay. Oh, from Palemin himself. Heyo. Time to throw my hat in the ring with timber. A bomb defusal map set in a Bavarian town with loads of timber-framed houses surrounded by an old town wall. It's a theme that has had its grip on my for a long time now. It's due to be done with. Since I started fairly late and still needed to learn the ropes of S2, I'm just doing this on my own, potentially picking up 1 or 2 artists who'd be interested in working with me in case I make it to the second stage. So this was written before. I mean, listen, if you're going to distract me, you need to come and talk to the people of the internet. Yeah? Otherwise, continue with what you're doing. We're almost 1, 2, last 5 maps. The gameplay layout is based on a few ingredients that I wanted to put emphasis on. Underground route. The idea was to have gameplay in the middle section of the map happen on 2 levels. One is a north-south fight. While the other an east-west fight. So I guess maybe there's more blue to be had under here. This was realized by having a sewer section which players can quickly access by jumping into the well shaft. The underground section also allows for quick rotations, albeit dangerous due to the limited space. Good, good. Elevation everywhere. Another map with lots of elevation. While elevation differences are not as high as on maps like Nuke, I wanted to have gunfights happen at slightly elevating ground, forcing the player to react rather than pre-fire. I like the idea of that. I wanted to... It's so fun to abuse varying heights, varying elevation. I wanted to avoid flatness as much as possible. Okay. Landmark / sub-themes. Arguably one of the topics. Timber still has a lot to improve on, but I wanted to make sure that players know where they are at all times, which proves difficult in a city map. I try to alleviate this by having the middle of the map very town heavy with lots of houses, while the eastern side is covered by the city wall and the western side shows more presence or foliage. The southern side of the map is facing a valley while elevation goes up towards the northern side. A plethora of different towers and spires furthermore help find one's bearings. Simplicity. With this project, I am not trying to reinvent the wheel, but use concepts familiar to players in order to enhance the ease of getting into a map and enjoying it. I'm aiming for a map that's quick to pick up while giving players tools to use their own creativity and shine. That's not me, sir. Someone said bless you for whoever was sneezing. Just so you know.
Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, so this is T-spawn. So we're going to head towards A. Ambient sound to come. I like this elevation. Risks for both sides. Ooh. Because this is where I would stand. Oh, imagine that with a sniper. Ugh. Okay, so you have this position. An auto sniper, should I say. You have this position. You're going to patch that, you flipping coward. That's nasty. It's camo as well. Okay, cool. So we can ignore that. So I'll put the dude here. I like the A and B signs. They're nice. Tasteful. It's a very nice area. Okay, it's the mid position. So you've got your heaven. And right below it. Okay, so blowing up a massive phallus on this one. Oh, religious. Dangerous. Reminds me a bit of, is it mill or fire? In places, I always get confused with the old names. Okay, CT spawn. Roll in with my AWP because I must. Okay. So where do the T's go down then? Okay. This way. What's the most offensive place you can get to from here? Like, are we having a CT hold here? If he gets smoked off, it's GG's. So, oh my god, you could put your sniper down here. That'd be fun. I think what's cool about this layout is that from a CT perspective, you can just throw your sniper in any position they want. So this comes out to... Ah. Okay, towards that B-bomb site, so... You're going to need some people there. Yeah, this layout's quite interesting. I think this would be mega fun if you had an AWP on the CT side that said, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna go lower mid, I'm gonna go A. That would be fun as hell. Yeah. Yeah. Work is nice. Bit of ambient sound and be a bit uplifting. Mid position on this side. I guess you can approach it from here as well. Okay, so we've got this. I mean, I can't see that giving us much cover. No. But I mean, you don't need to peek this. You could just hold an angle like that and have your teammate like this or something with whatever weapon. Yeah, this is fun. This is I think we could see some. I think this would be a good map at a minimum. I think this would be a good map for casual modes because there's like fun plays I think both can have, and I think it's easy to see those, which is cool. So yeah, make it into mid. Got easy contrast. Again, like we the chemical, was it the chemical hazard place we saw earlier? Scorch. We looked at some distances where you were just kind of lacking that contrast because you had like a grey texture and a grey texture, but you have good contrast here with objects at different distances. This is just another example with a similar grey where it's easier to. I mean, this is also a simpler area, so it's not a fair comparison, but the contrast, like, it's easy for a player to identify the different areas, which is strong from a map making POV in my opinion. More wine. All right, that's cool. That's timber. Now we have tundra next. No worries, dude. Oh. Almost there, boys and girls. Almost there. How long has this stream been? Yeah, it's about the same. 3 hours and 13 minutes. Yesterday's was just over 4 hours. Which is annoying because the limit for Twitter is... A Twitter video is 4 hours. Although I'm going to unsubscribe because what am I even paying for? Like, it's a absolute sewage Twitter these days. Just in general, not politically. Just like... I don't think there's anything on there I actually want to look at. Which is a shame. Anyway, King of Corn. I'm collaborating with Nicorada on the project, which is a 5v5 diffusal map set in an Arctic research station. Feel free to check out the map on the workshop, which is a work in progress. Blah de blah. That was in May 24. Right. I like this. That's cool. That's a unique landscape. I like that. It's mega white because snow, which is cool because contrast. Bring back the Arctic Avengers, though. So the setting is... The setting is interesting because it makes it easy in terms of colors. But at the same time, as we mentioned with like grey on grey, like you still need a bit of contrast in the right places. But we're coming out to spawn here, so this is not particularly... doesn't particularly matter, and you have different shades because of the buildings, so that still works. I love this yellow. I had my I'm just talking about myself. I had my AR-15 colored in this kind of hazard yellow color, like this. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, bomb site. Can I actually fall off this? Yes, probably can. Ooh, ooh, ooh. FPS 47? What is going on? Why do I have 47 FPS? Look at that. $240. 48. Wow. That's weird, isn't it? Optimized, says Fire. Yeah, put some oh my god. Put some yellow top here, please. Okay, we'll come back to this. Let's look at the rest. Aha. Yeah, I think this is nice and easy and accessible for people to see, identify, target acquisition, which is great. So like it feels accessible from a casual player point of view. In terms of the important areas, dancing around stuff. Ah, okay, it has that good height where you can, you know, if you time your jump properly, you're just straight up there while you're holding crouch and forward. So, I like the aesthetic. Is it giving enough for going into the game vibes? Maybe. Where are we? T-side.
Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, this is towards A. Mid area. What's the sensible way to go there? This way. Okay. Mid. So we have this choke point here. So if we get past that, we are towards B. However, we have another choke point here. So I think this gives the CTs ways to mix it up. So you can appear here, or even like, you know, here or there, something weird like that, or even both sides, a different look. This, you're going to need some flash support. So if you have one guy, I mean, you don't want to hold an angle like this because you're just going to be way too close to the wall. So somebody's walking past here, then they could peek you. However, if you're holding like this and somebody is engaging from an angle like that, then you could pop out. You're probably going to get smoked. Depends on where else you might need smokes though. Okay. so that's a pretty important area. Okay, so you need to hold on to this, which can potentially be held from here, but again, one smoke and problems. Although if the focus is there, then the CTs could make a play this way, up that way. Okay, so there's scope for some aggro plays on both sides, which you love to see. I think on a casual note, if you're rotating from site to site, someone's just going to be standing in some position and you're going to pop you in the head. You know, you could be here, you could be there, whatever. Mid rotating through mid is going to be a problem. So if you lose this site and you're not going through spawn, you're going to be in trouble if they've got a good lurker on their squads. Looking for the cheap kills. Smoked off here. And you're going to be sad. Okay, so second option, potential flank. Okay, that's reasonable. Yeah, there's options. There are options. And I think this will be fun to fight in. Checking for ring around the rosies. So if you plant the bomb...
I am planting the bomb.
Here. Being chased by a CT. You could probably still get him from here. Let's have a look. Oh.
We will make them cry.
What? Where's the...
Let's go.
Give me a bot.
Move it, move it.
What am I doing? Okay, so I don't know what I've done, but it's not giving me a flipping bot. That's annoying. Anyway, I feel like if you're in this corner diffusing, probably from like here. I mean, if you want it to be as close as possible there. Ooh, maybe not actually. Maybe they have to commit. I think it might be okay. But then, you know, if they planted it here, you're still... Oh, you could face a bit more. I'm just thinking, if you're chasing... If you both know where each other are, and you're chasing, then... I feel like... that would be annoying. That also depends on time as well, because, you know, you'd expect rotation will start once the site's been compromised. So it's not like you're going to plant a bomb and they're still going to be on the B-bomb site. I mean, sometimes it is, but it shouldn't be. So it might not be such a potential problem. You enjoyed this map in the map core rotation? Yeah, you can clearly see that it looks like an engaging area to fight around. And there are options for both sides. So I think the layout is really fun. Fun looking, anyway. The color scheme is accessible, gives plenty of contrast. It's fun. So that's cool. So yeah, this one looks like an engaging, fun map. Warden is next.
Need help.
Cat food. Hey, the man cat food. This is the map Almas. Wait, is this the same map? Is this the right link?
The bomb.
Oh, I'm stupid. This is the map Almas, Thomas and I are working on for the Big Adventure mapping contest. The map is based on an island with a former prison that is now being used to store military equipment. Okay. T-spawn. Sorry, Revs, you had a brain fart. It's, you know... long broadcast. Ugh. See, now she's talking all kinds of Polish to her mum. And before she's like, oh, I don't speak Polish.
Check in. Checking our start point.
I like that. Simple enough bomb sites.
Grenade. I'm throwing a grenade.
That's a 3-pointer for sure. Window for nades.
What is happening? At our start point.
Fire the missiles. Oh, there's a basketball. Hmm.
What do you see? Back at our start.
Visitation. Haha, that's cool. I like that. That's a nice detail. Okay, so simple bomb sites. Nades again. So the CTs kind of spawn between each bomb site. So I would assume they'll be encouraged to go beyond. Okay, so we've got our mid area. This is cool. Prison break. The setting is nice. I like the setting.
Check in. At our start point.
This is a bit makes me think of Phasmophobia. I don't know if any of you have played the prison stage on Phasmophobia. I played it like 6 months ago, maybe more than that. And it was, for the most part, I just walked around and nothing happened. I don't know why. Maybe I didn't swear enough. Okay, nice distance work. Yeah, I didn't enjoy the prison map on Phasmophobia.
Back at our start.
Detail's really cool. Again, I love details like this, like inaccessible areas, but they provide more depth to an area. Just starts again. Oh, it's gonna reset again. Oh, so I think some people had mentioned Warden earlier. I think some people may have been looking forward to this one coming up. This looks like fun to fight in. Okay, this is just a hard commit area. Let's go and have a look at Death Row, shall we? Alright, never mind that. So, long A. If the CTs choose to push through that, there's all kinds of shenanigans they can make here, while also looking in this direction. 40s coming through this spot. So I like that. There's dynamic space for the CTs to play towards the A-bomb sites. So this layout's fairly simple. You know, you may smoke this off as you're establishing control, because sometimes it's not about going through here, but it's about the threat of you being able to do so. But as we can see, there's a few options that the CTs have in terms of positioning. Also fun to play map core rotation. Mid was fun, yeah. It's interesting because at first glance, because I think in part because of all of this, it looks like, oh, big, complicated, but it's not complicated. Like you have this area over here, which again is a hard commit. Molly it if you want to. Ah. Let's see. So I guess you want to smoke about here. Okay, so it leaves a gap, so... Or it can leave a gap if you don't have a perfect lineup, but let's just move on anyway. So that's Molly, that's smoked. Yeah, you're going to get shot in the head from there, boy. I like this. There's enough threat here from a T point of view. There's enough CT threat that you could rush here, but you should just get annihilated because there's a lot of different angles that the CTs can play in this area, and two places they can be posted up in. So I think that there's enough options in this area to set a certain pace for a round, which is good. So yeah, big thumbs up on this one, which isn't really a surprise with Cat Food's experience. So what is the approach on this way? Not physical approach, theoretical approach. Okay, so it's a fair slog. So how do I get here? I have to go through the mid position or go the longer way. Cat food more than prison food. You're probably right. So how do the CTs want to defend this area? Maybe this? Thinking CT spawn. And off towards B we go. Want to go this way or this way? I guess that way. Yeah, this is interesting. There's a lot of room for play for both squads on this map, which is really good. I quite like how the layout is looking, and I think, especially in a casual experience, I think you're going to see lots of different looks in rounds for the casual community, which is great. So we're going to go on to our second last map, which is Wild. Post by Chick. Hostage rescue scenario taking place in a wild natural reserve. CTs are on a mission to locate and rescue 2 agents kidnapped by a group of smugglers. The operator on site implied that they might be held in a hideout where illegal blue candy production is taking place.
Come on, let's go. Let's go.
Key features of this map include a lot of verticality. It's been a very common theme in this competition. Hey, Rold, how you doing? The layout is wild for sure. Okay. A lot of verticality, but never in a penalizing way. Water areas allow you to drop down without taking damage. The staging areas are designed so that whenever CTs enter a new large room,
What is happening?
they have multiple options for action. If a path is blocked by a smoke grenade, they never have to wait for it to dissipate and can take an alternative route to reach the hostages. With several one-way drops, the timings are planned so that the time taken to reach a hostage is shorter than the time taken to return. Ooh, that's interesting. This system also applies to the Ts, who can always reach the rescue zone in time to prevent the CTs from rescuing the hostage, regardless of their position on the map. It is important to highlight this last feature because many hostage maps are similar in the sense that Ts camp at their spawn and the CTs wait for the utilities to dissipate and then manage to rescue a hostage only because the Ts made a mistake and they can't reach the rescue zone in time. I hope to succeed in addressing this problem. All right, let's start on the
You killed him, you piker.
CT side.
Remember, this isn't the killing house anymore.
I think too many bots might affect my FPS or something, so I will reset. Oh, it's like Cenote Cave on Apex Legends.
We're going now.
Also made Palais. Okay. Right. This reminds me of a part of Half-Life. What is that? Bloody bear trap. Okay. Can I shoot it? I wasn't expecting that. Can I shoot that? This, okay, shortcuts, he said. I presume that's not one of the shortcuts. Okay, I don't know how useful that, I guess it tells me where I need to go. Okay. Where are these? Are people just going to run around being lost the whole time? I guess I'm at the bottom and I need to go up. Yeah. I feel like people are just going to get lost immediately. So I'm wondering, has he solved some issues in... Wow. Where the fuck are the hostages? Okay, they're over there. Okay, so he said quick to get to a hostage, but longer to get back, right? The time taken to reach a hostage is shorter than the time taken to return. Well, shit. So, are people... Oh, no. Okay, that was an accident. I thought I was going to die. This is so Half-Life. Okay, hostage area. I mean, I think the way the layout is, I feel like it's just going to be about the fights rather than the hostages. But I mean, that's probably true most of the time anyway. So this arrow is what, the general direction of hostages, or what is the purpose of this? I don't know if this is a good idea. Maybe barrier, I think, because if you've made a bunch of drop downs, so you're kind of encouraging people to drop down. I think people dropping down and dying inside the rocks is probably going to be frustrating. Like if someone just does that, you know, then I think it might be more amusing. Ah. The hell was that? Oh. Okay, so home hostage rescue zone is in this general direction. Okay, so we have 3 ways of getting there, and we have a really deep area here. I wonder. Oh no, I've got no. If I just sat there like this, how does that look from a CT POV? So, all right, I need to get me a hostage. So, how do I get to that right-hand path? Because it feels like I should be able to see it. Looking at the mini-map. So is it the light then? Well, if I've come this far, I'm probably going to have to fight somewhere along this depth. I would just sit behind those lights.
Yes. Counter-terrorists win.
I mean, I don't know, you know, bearing in mind you're going to have to go through a bunch of CTs to get there in the first place. Perhaps it's easier said than done. And make it, maybe if you make it there, then you deserve to have an OP angle. Okay, so... yeah, I'm not quite sure how you get to this position once you rescue the hostage.
I am en route with a hostage.
Ah, it must be this. Okay. Oh. Yeah, falling down there and then being presented with this immediately, I think, is going to lead to frustration. Let me just make sure. Yes. Yeah. So I would. I think that's gonna happen, and that you could.
These guys don't have a chance in hell.
That you could say is going to be a point of frustration for people. So I would remove that.
I'm moving with a hostage.
Yeah, I'm not trying to shoot anybody, bro, so it doesn't really matter what I've got out. But my knife looks better than my pistol. Oh, yeah. Okay, so... so this is taking me... why is it because it's on a different level, like... what? Oh, I'm not going that way. Oh, do I have to drop down then? Yeah? Bloody hell. Rounding this corner, you are just gonna get absolutely popped if someone's here. Not that far to go, but yeah. Alright. So that's wild. You kind of need to see that one play out. Aesthetically, I don't know if Valve put that one in the game. All right, last map. Wrecked. Untour. Hi, I start work on new project with my team. We decided to change the setting as it didn't fit our idea very well. The setting is India, a shipwreck. It is important for us to convey not only the atmosphere, but to keep a quality competitive experience with some special features for more fun. And there's a reference of a picture of a shipyard, I guess, or a ship. So we have a defusal map.
We shall rule the day.
Cool. Ooh, claustrophobia. I like a bit of claustrophobia. Nice. So special features, you say?
What is happening?
What is happening indeed?
How it's out.
Over towards the B bomb site. Okay. Okay. Demarcated area is very clear. Room with a view.
Checking our start point.
Ooh, I love a rib. Rigid inflatable boat. These are really fun to blast around on. Okay, so CT's got good access.
I am planting the bomb. At our start point.
Is it a yellow area?
I am planting the bomb.
Okay. Not massively clear on the first try.
Check in. Check in our start point.
Again, I think it's a consideration to just make this yellow area red because, you know, red is such a constant in other maps. It's kind of just
Planting.
not massively clear what the bomb site area is. So you could make that yellow bit red. You could make it, leave it yellow if you wanted to.
What do you see? Back at our start.
Hey, I was promised special features. So we have an industrial area, a lot of which is indoors.
What is happening? At our start point.
So this is a really compressed middle fighting area to get to here. However,
What is happening? Back at our start.
up on A main, you can have a fight with a CT going mid. The hell was that? Ah, okay. This is a pretty cool angle.
Check in our start point.
Okay, yeah. So that's a big win. You can get to that. So where did the CTs fight from then?
You killed him, you piker. Let's go, fellas.
Almost done, love.
Hey! Hurry up!
Report in. Checking our insertion point.
So if you've got a CT making an aggressive play here. It's quite tight. Be interested to see how it plays out.
Where's the door?
Check in.
Okay.
That's our insertion point.
Fire in the hole.
Status.
Crikey, look at this. It's like a arena. This would be carnage, I reckon. A lot of smoke, a lot of spray, a lot of nades.
That's our insertion point.
Approach to B. Okay, no, to hide there. Window. Lots of color to this one.
That's our insertion point.
Okay, got a hard corner there. That's a really big commit though. Yeah, I feel like this is pop out at any moment type of map of how compressed lots of the areas are. Start again. Where are we? CC.
This is bandit country. Shoot everything that moves.
What's going on? It is time now, my brother.
Oops. Mid-fights can be brutal. Yeah, that much is clear. There's just isn't space. There isn't depth. There isn't width. So I would imagine it'd be quite brutal.
What is happening? Back at our start.
All right, cool. I think that you see the white wall in A main. Let me have a look. A main in from the white wall in A main. Or like this.
Check in. Checking our start point.
Ah, I see. I see. Thank you for that. I was looking at this, I was like, oh, does it go up and down?
Check in.
Oh, this.
At our start point.
Oh. Ah. It's a cool feature. It's a pretty cool feature. So I'll add that to something like polish. Yeah, I think it might be too squashed. Yeah, that's a special feature. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Back at our start.
But not probably not what you want people actually doing during the round. Yeah, this might be a bit like high variance area, let's say. All right, anyway, that is the second half of our look at the other maps in the contest, which is another 4-hour stream, pretty much bang on, so that's great. All right, I need to go and concentrate on my pistol competition this weekend. I will get Rebezy my opinions on my sheet over the weekend. But thank you for joining the stream. There's no way. I've not looked at that many maps in one go before, but it was pretty awesome to do so. Definitely mentally draining because it's a lot. What are my collected thoughts? What, on like 30 something maps? Are you mad? Okay, well, actually, I do have some thoughts. I think the standard is fantastic. Like the average standard is really good. You know, I've It's not the first time I've done some of the judging for one of these contests. I was looking at a collection of maps from 7 years ago the other day, but I think, you know, with the opportunities being provided in terms of prizes and so on, and of course the state of the game, I think there's lots of things to motivate map makers, and they're definitely taking advantage of that and doing a great job. So, you know, there's of course the ones where the right people have come together, they've got great aesthetic and so on, but I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about the overall standard, how people have looked at elevation. We've had lots of different bomb sites, lots of elevation, like loads of maps of elevation, which I think is a hard and risky thing to do, but we've seen tons of it. So people have really come into this one with big adventures and big ideas, and people have not been afraid to take risks, which is awesome. So huge props to all of you guys for those. So I think, like, to look at that amount of maps and see relatively consistent quality across most of them is awesome. And some of them are just, you know, they haven't got to a point of their development, which is also fine. But yeah, I think I haven't seen that level of quality in previous contests, which is great because you want it to be going forward year on year. So that is awesome. Right, I'm gonna go for now, but I'll be looking at these again. You know, if you look at the first stream we did, some of the maps I was looking at for like 20 minutes, because, you know, I do want to spend the time and look at the layouts and try and figure out, okay, what might make sense, etc. But it's gonna take, you know, I would fall asleep if I was trying to do that on the broadcast. But it was a great look at the maps initially, and I think to come back a second time and then actually write down my thoughts and opinions is the right way to do it. So thank you for the help going through those. Thank you for tuning in, and yeah, I'll get to judging after my pistol action. See you later.